Hello everyone and welcome back to ADV Revival. This is Gold Mason. I'm back with another round 1 from stage 2 of Swiss. This is OmBrArch versus GoldenPlaysPokemon. OmBrArch is a pretty established player, especially I believe in other tiers, and I'm not sure who GoldenPlaysPokemon is, but they have the same name as me, so they gotta be an interesting player at the very least. Anyways, without further ado, let's hop back in. I am going to make sure not to play this super slow, like I did last time. Thank you everybody for all the comments. Zapdos versus Melodic, and we have a switch to Snorlax, because that is not a very good turn 1. And then Snorlax body slams into the immune baton passed Gengar. Tyranitar comes in, and we probably have a Pursuitar here. Takes the burn, but probably will trade that for some Gengar. Oh! I spoke too soon, because that Gengar managed to switch out on the crunch. I don't know if they just assumed that it would not Pursuits or something, I don't know. Suicune, Calm Minds, in comes the Snorlax again. I noticed the Snorlax is shiny, which is a better color, and I don't think that that has any compatibility issues. In comes Gengar again. This is pretty standard so far. Gengar's a natural. Oh! I do not know why Gengar stayed in to take that Shadow Ball. And then exploded on the Tyranitar. Yeah, I don't know about any of that. But Gengar is dead, and yep, Tyranitar is gonna switch. Oh, that's not good. The Suicune probably kills the or switches to Dugtrio. So that is a very dead Magneton, unless it, yeah, no Salic Berry, so it is gone. It's a pretty standard team from GoldenPlaysPokemon. And OmBrArch, honestly. It's a standard Zapdug, or standard-ish Zapdug. I'm really scared about that Gengar being gone. We got Hypnosis, and Snorlax comes in, so Zapdos is gonna switch out, and without a Gengar, something's gonna take a Body Slam, and it's Claydol, which also gets paralyzed. Oh, that is too bad. And then Tyranitar is gonna come in, yep, and no, paralyzed. So didn't even get to potentially click Earthquake, which we'll never know. Oh, actually, OmBrArch posted in the chat that it was Earthquake, so that is too bad. Jirachi's here. Oh no, the critical hit. I mean, I don't think it would have been that bad. Snorlax probably would have been able to deal with the Jirachi after Tyranitar went down, but man, that is sad. Suicune looks a little scary, but I mean, again, there's still a Snorlax, there's still a Melodic. I don't know that the Suicune's going to make a lot of progress here. In comes Lax again. Another reason that we love Snorlax. No Boom! So the Snorlax did not feel threatened enough to click Boom. And that Suicune is gone. I don't know. Zapdug versus Snorlax, and it's sleeping Zapdos too. Oh man. Is it a Boom now? Oh, it's not. It's still not Boom. If it was paralyzed there, I mean the game is just over. Oh, that is sad. The last game I commented had a Snorlax that full part as it was probably clicking Boom, and this one has it too. Agility Metagross without Lumberry. But I mean, this is still feeling not very good for OmBrArch. I mean, that helps. Metagross is gone. Suddenly looking back in, oh, well. If this is Dragon Dance Salamence, then, that's probably, yeah, that is probably all she wrote, folks. Rock Slide and Zapdos is down, yep. And then Dugtrio will follow shortly. Yep, that is the end of that. Short and sweet. We like short and sweet here. But let's see if OmBrArch can pull it back in game 2. Oh wow, I wish it kept. Wish you could set what the background is on Showdown games so that I could keep the same little sandy background, but it is what it is. Game 2, we got Salamence versus Celebi. Another very bad lead matchup for GoldenPlaysPokemon. I'm not intimately familiar with melodic calcs, but that hidden power didn't seem to be... Well, it actually is probably banded. I'm not sure why Magneton came in. It's got to be a better melodic answer, right? Like a Blissey or something? But it worked out. Yeah. This is all fairly standard. Very standard teams as well. Oh, unlucky. Celebi coming in on the Suicune. Now it's probably going to Leech Seed the Salamence. Or Psychic with a critical hit and a drop. Oh my lord. That is some bad RNG for OmBrArch. And that Salamence did not regenerate health, so it is in fact a banded Salamence. I think we kind of knew that already. Celebi, afraid of the pursuit, opts for a Leech Seed. I'm not certain how OmBrArch's gonna come back from this already. Banded Mence that's basically nearly dead with Sand. And that looked like a hidden power fire Metagross. Snorlax, but again, Sand is set, so there's not going to be any regen or anything like that. So OmBrArch has to be very careful. Oh, it's a Curselax. I think I mentioned last time how I'm not a big fan of Curselax, and I'll explain why at the end of this video since people were asking. In comes Tyranitar, roars out, and then there's the Suicune. We have a double into Celebi, and I think it worked out pretty well. Yeah, there's just a lot of switching going on, a lot of positioning. The Lax, yeah, like I said, with Sand up, like any damage this Lax takes is going to be permanent. The paralysis on Tyranitar seems pretty important, though. If Tyranitar is going to be the Snorlax check, if it's not able to get off its roars like it wants to, then this is probably a Curse Restlax, so can get its health back, but I hope it's not Monolax again. Shout out LWB. In comes Flygon. Another shiny Pokemon. Golden seems to really like the shinies here. Celebi, the eternal Suicune answer. And the Suicune stays in, so we're probably looking at an Ice Beam Suicune. Taking the Psychic. Nope, it is just gonna keep Calm Minding. It's either Ice Beam or it's kind of going for a Desperation. Oh wow, Magneton is in and immediately out. I really hope the Suicune has Ice Beam, because otherwise I'm not super sold on all of the staying in. It's Rest. Did it show any other moves? Calm Mind, Surf, and Rest. So we do have one more slot that I hope is Ice Beam, but and it's not Sleep Talk, or at least he did not click Sleep Talk. OmBrArch did not. In comes the Metagross. Feel that Metagross probably should have come in the turn before, but it doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, there goes the Surf again. I'm thinking that the Suicune does not have Ice Beam. It probably has something like Rest or something similar. Or not Rest. Why did I say Rest? Roar or something similar as its last slot. So, yeah, wow. In comes Tyranitar. Probably going to click Leech Seed, or Leech Seed is healing it, but Tyranitar is going to click Roar. That is the second time I've messed up saying the word Roar. Count them up, Twitch chat, or YouTube chat, YouTube comments. Celebi comes in. Hidden Power. I thought that would be Hidden Power Fire, and it would have been a crazy read, but instead it is Hidden Power Grass. Metagross comes back on a Leech Seed, so OmBrArch definitely predicted that there was going to be a switch there. Suicune is back. In comes Celebi. This Celebi looks like a menace for OmBrArch's team, because again, that Salamence is at 20% and is going to stay at 20% and only go down from there, since it is banded. That Salamence needs to either come in at the end to make some good progress, or that Salamence needs to come in while Leech Seed is on something to get its health back. Suicune versus Metagross again. Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps going to Snorlax and trying to break with Snorlax would be OmBrArch's options here. Flygon in on Celebi, so the Flygon probably has Hidden Power Bug. Oh, a substitute is made. That is interesting. Is it Toxic? It's Earthquaking. So, yeah, very interesting from both battlers here. I think Suicune lives in Earthquake, and Metagross is slower anyways. If that Metagross has Boom, then that was very disciplined. Hoping to hit like a Magneton or just get some chip damage in. Not letting you yourself lose your Metagross this early. Definitely think Metagross is needed for a lot of OmBrArch's Pokemon, so I respect the discipline. Melodic comes in. Yeah, again, I don't know how OmBrArch gets through Celebi Melodic without going Snorlax as a breaker. Like, I don't think that Suicune is going to make a lot of progress on Melodic. I mean, you can stall PP with pressure, but I don't think Suicune is going to make a lot of progress here. And you're just asking to be frozen. But maybe OmBrArch has a plan. Maybe OmBrArch has a plan. And it was confirmed to be a Roar Surf, Rest, Calm Mind Suicune, so no Ice Beam. Tyranitar comes in. Tyranitar is going to roar the Suicune out once more. That Tyranitar was down to something like 30% and is now back to full. OmBrArch's last is Claydol. Yeah, again, I mean, without some very well-timed booms or going to Snorlax and trying to make progress there, I'm not sure how Celebi and Milo are going to be broken here. That crit was very important on Flygon. Flygon is now very low. Not that the rock resist is particularly needed in this matchup, but could be relevant later. Especially if Metagross has to go down killing Snorlax or something else like that. Yeah, there's the rest on Snorlax, so it is Cursed Rest. I think it had Return as well. No, Body Slam, right, because it paralyzed the Tyranitar. Okay, yeah, I mean, Snorlax just has to be the breaker here. I mean, he has to somehow catch Tyranitar and then use Snorlax to break. Could be very scary if Metagross got an attack boost there. Oh, but it's slower than Suicune, so it's not too scary. Now something that GoldenPlaysPokemon is going to have to be very wary about is Leech Seed PP. Looks like there's 11 out of 16, but obviously with pressure, that's halved. So it's actually somewhere in the realm of 3 left? 3? Or 6? Yeah, there's 6 left, but you can only use 3 against Suicune. So, yeah, I don't know about you. I mean, the Leech Seed is definitely restoring all of GoldenPlaysPokemon's Pokemon back to full. I mean, that Flygon was down to 17% or something like that earlier, and now it's back up to 63%. And the Suicune's not making progress at all, so I don't know. I don't know that I like the stay in from OmBrArch here. We're back to Snorlax. Flygon is going to start healing up in sand as well. The Snorlax does wake up this turn, and it clicks Body Slam. Yeah, GoldenPlaysPokemon just seems to have a very strong core into OmBrArch's Pokemon here. It's very hard for OmBrArch to make progress, especially with, again, that Salamence at 20%. He has to get Celebi in and Leech Seed something, and then he has to get the Salamence in safely. And GoldenPlaysPokemon seems to be particularly inclined to switch around, so yeah, this is going to be a difficult, bit of a longer matchup. I mean, we're on turn 73 already. Flygon's coming back in while the Snorlax rests. Get more of that chip healing back on. Yeah, that is a lot of damage to Snorlax while it doesn't have a curse. Oh my lord. Salamence is in. Tyranitar is here, so progress can be made, and of course, very good swap. Back to Melodic. Salamence is even lower than before. So now absolutely needs to come back in on a Leech Seed, or that Salamence is gone, and a lot of the progress making power outside of Snorlax will be gone as well. In comes Metagross on a Leech Seed. Obviously, swapping Salamence in is not a particularly safe play, but yeah, wow. I don't know. Again, Snorlax comes in there. I think was trying to take advantage of the Leech Seed as well. Oh man. Salamence came in on a predicted, I think, Earthquake. And now the Salamence is in fact gone. Did a solid amount to Melodic, and Melodic does go down for it. So Salamence did manage to make some progress. But I don't know that that was worth it. And now Celebi, I guess predicting a substitute, used Perish Song. Again, takes 55% of its HP from that hidden power bug. And an Earthquake. Oh my lord. An Earthquake into the Celebi. That was a risky play, but I respect it. A critical hit Earthquake here as well from Flygon onto Suicune. Yeah, that was a really rough sequence for OmBrArch. In comes Celebi. Yeah, I mean now it's looking even more dire. I mean, you can't trap the Metagross when it's low. You can't make progress with Salamence anymore. I mean that crit from earlier was brutal. The Celebi is a little low as well. I don't even know that you need to switch anymore. I mean, OmBrArch's Celebi's only way of recovering right now is through leftovers. So, could have stayed in and eaten leftover PP and just did chip damage with Psychic, but I respect the play either way. Alright, what are we at for Leech Seeds? We have one Leech Seed left on Celebi. One. So, it is not used, and the reason being that we get to a point where that Suicune is the last Pokemon, you want to have that last Leech Seed left. Wow. Flygon substitutes. We're gonna click Earthquake. Yeah, no, I mean, Suicune's gonna roar. In comes Tyranitar. I think we'll see Celebi come back in here. It's definitely not over. It's just gonna be a very difficult matchup for OmBrArch. I think now we're stalling the Suicune HP. Oh, Calm Mind. I don't think Metagross will die. Yeah, Metagross lives and does click the boom. So, literally perfect timing for that. I think if OmBrArch had switched, that Suicune would have been unkillable. Oh boy. Booming into the Flygon with sub is dangerous enough as it is, but then it went to Tyranitar, and oh man. That is another unfortunate sequence for OmBrArch. And now, I mean, the only hope is Curse Snorlax. It can still be roared. which I'm assuming will be clicked this turn. No, it is not clicked. I'm surprised because I expected the Snorlax to be roared out. I don't know about that Flygon switch at all. Yeah, I'm not sure about that at all. I feel like the play would be to switch or to roar it out, and then use a dark move against Celebi, I suppose, or switch to your own. But Golden Plays Pokemon has basically won this match. There it is. Celebi is back in. The Cursed Lax is removed for the time being. Oh wow. Again, opting for Leech Seed. Does this Tyranitar... Did Golden Plays Pokemon remove Pursuit from his Tyranitars? Because that has not been clicked once. Well, Celebi is down, and now it is all up to Curselax. There's the Crunch. Oh, a Spadef drop. That might actually be important. As Tyranitar goes down here. It will take some decent chip damage on that Snorlax. And I'm assuming Celebi's going to come in here. Yep. There's that last Leech Seed. It did hit, which means that it will be hard for Snorlax to break this Celebi and the Flygon here. And actually, I mean, the Snorlax might die before it even wakes up again to do a rest loop. Yeah, it's I think that is all she wrote, folks, as OmBrArch's Snorlax goes down. That was a good game. It was a very good game. I think that Golden Plays Pokemon definitely got some very fortunate RNG to close out that game, but I mean, you know, the matchup was very hard for OmBrArch, especially with, again, just a little bit of RNG, like the Psychic crit on Salamence. That made that matchup very hard to play. Very, very hard to play. I don't know that I like, you know, a CB Mence core with a Snorlax instead of a Snorlax and Suicune instead of a like Blissey, because then you, or a Jirachi, so that you have some sort of wish support for your Snorlax or your CB Mence. But hey, you know, I know that there are other better players than me that have made that work, so maybe it is a known 6. Anyways, before I go, I did promise to explain why I don't really like Curselax. I think that Snorlax's biggest strength is being able to wall certain Pokemon like Zapdos, and you know, take some special hits and then be able to trade down. It works really well. If you're using Curselax, you're using it in a more balanced core where you're wanting to set up and you're wanting to stay in a lot, and Snorlax doesn't do that well on teams like that, I find. Or I mean, it can. I mean, like, Snorlax can definitely be very oppressive. Curselax can, at least, in certain situations. But I find that, like, I get the most value out of Snorlax when I'm, you know, making aggressive switches, bringing Snorlax in, you know, taking chip on something and then booming. To, you know, I mean, it's a very similar game plan to, you know, like a Metagross, where it wants to, you know, take a kill on a predicted switch or something like that and then boom out, because then you've traded, you know, 1 Pokemon for 1.5, which is progress. It's always progress. But yeah, so that's why I don't really like Curselax. Breloom I don't like because it's a bad Pokemon. Next question. I feel like Breloom, I might just not have explored Breloom enough. Anyways, I will try Breloom for the first time, since people mentioned it. I will try it, and I will see whether my dislike of it is at all reasonable. Anyways, those were some great games. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and again for all of the kind words that were said about the last ones. I know I'm new, so I'm going to be working very hard on making the commentary better and doing whatever I can to help out. So please, again, let me know if you have any critiques or anything about this one as well. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.